everyone, this is CherryEnchantress, and this is your 2026 Love in Review. It's going to be kind of brief, but we're going to get general energies for the rest of the year. I know most of January is already over, but I would like to look into this February to the end of the year, this Valentine month to December to Christmas. All right, so we have 3 cards to choose from. The first one is Trials, the second one is Passion, and the third one is Waiting. All right, relax, push out your breath, take a deep breath in through your nose. Close your eyes, release your breath through your mouth. Now open your eyes and let them drift to the pile that's calling you. I got a little choked up. That's weird. Something went in my throat. Interesting. I don't know what that means, but I was about to say, lead from your heart. You can find other ways to choose, but I would say don't think about it too hard. Just go with the first pile you're drawn to. All right, are you ready? Let's begin. And you picked pile number 1. And so I have this lovely orange candle I forgot to mention, but orange is the candle of confidence, communication, energy, willpower, positivity, and playfulness. All right, so you chose Trials, and Trials is about this ability to have to endure during times of separation, travel, but it can also represent that you will be traveling with somebody sometime this year. It's all about the departures and distances of 2 people. And the lavender flowers here are encouraging, though, because they represent feelings that endure. So even though there is distance, the distance doesn't stop the feelings. The feelings continue. And the trick will be to travel, actually, to overcome these trials. So the traveling actually makes a difference. The hero here transcends their instinct and their natural inclination, maybe to take the easy road or not go above and beyond. He transcends that and he takes the chances. He feels the divine spark. He realizes that spark represents love. And love is the greatest, in some cases, the greatest test. And it's important to put away your ego and make room for the other person. So I feel the hero is actually going to be doing that. So however you see yourself, male, female, masculine, feminine, hero, heroine, doesn't matter. That person, that hero, is going to make the moves and is going to make the difference in the situation this year. I forgot to mention that I think this is going to be for singles, but I don't know if I want to specify singles exactly. This can also be singles and situationships. I think the 2 of them will come out. I think if you're already connected to someone, this is not necessarily about a continuation of your relationship. But if you were connected to somebody and you have to separate for some reason, then that might come up in your story, this year. So, and the distance is not going to not hamper your love, and there will be a chance that you overcome the distance. And then there are a few of you that actually will be traveling with each other or meeting somebody during a traveling. The magic for this card is to pass a test. So it's kind of like a 6 of Swords journey where you have trials and tribulations, passing a test. It's challenging, but it's not devastating. It's not overly upsetting. It's just similar to what we're used to experiencing pretty much on a daily basis. Our lives kind of ebb and flow like that. But you'll recognize within yourself a kind of leveling up or learning from old ways that don't work anymore, and realizing, yes, okay, I've done that before, that didn't work, I'm not going to do it again this time. And trying to find ways to use your wisdom to carry you through these trials, because it is the wisdom and knowledge that definitely will help you ace those exams. And then for a few of you too, I'm seeing lots of students out there possibly, or people just learning new things, people learning lessons. And I don't think they're just like really hard lessons. I think they're little aha moments. Oh, okay, now I get it, kind of things. Not like, oh, I'm so devastated. It's a mild energy. It's not super intense or challenging, but it is somewhat changing. It does alter things a little bit. It's transforming, it's learning. Learning is also kind of growth and a leveling up. So I feel like that's a little bit what's going on here too. And then for some of you, you could be meeting or talking to people through academics, learning something, schools, training places, in whatever area, something that has to do with learning things. And then another part of this magic that you can do is choose some kind of symbol of what you're looking forward to in love in this year. And then what do you want to accomplish in your love life? And load that energy up with incense smoke or the flame of a candle. So that will work really great here for you. So let's see what else. I have some select tarot sexual magic cards. Ones that are safe. And that may be a little bit too censoring, but it is what it is. I feel like they'll give us the right messages that we need anyway. Okay. He was giving me the eye, this jealous guy, the Knave of Cups. So the Knave or Page of Cups is okay. I'm hearing that this makes sense to me. If there is some, like if you or this other person, the hero, say, or the heroine, if you or the other person in this situation have a tendency towards jealousy or run away a little bit too much with your jealousy, then you decide to keep that in check. You realize that doesn't do me any good. It's not working. It's not helping. Why am I even doing it? What's the point of it? Does it even make sense? You kind of run it through a kind of test, your jealousy or whatever, or they run it through some kind of test. And sometimes the best way to handle it is the magic of the ink. So like writing things down and burning it in a candle, or and see, it's interesting because this one talks about distance as well. The doubts creep up sometimes because of distance, of long distance, and communication bridges that gap. Travel too, right? Travel and communication, those are two things that bridge that gap. And when those things fall at the wayside, then the doubts creep up. So it's important to keep communication to keep the doubts at bay. But that doesn't solve the problem of jealousy. Jealousy has to be addressed on its own, right? So if you're with somebody who is jealous and they can't learn from that problem that they have, if they can't get over it, or if they can't resolve it within themselves somehow, some way, and it continues, and it's something that creates a problem between you, then it's probably not a solid connection. So be aware of that. But I think there is a possibility here that somebody is going to be growing out of a certain cycle, or bad habits, or of letting doubts get the best of them because of unfounded jealousies. Okay. Anything else, Tarot? Oh, here we go. Very nice. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like that's an improvement. Very good, because now I got a little bit of goosebumps. Instead of this person being kind of holed away in the confines of his echo chamber of his mind, thinking all kinds of things that don't necessarily have to be true. Now this person is with the other person and can interact with them, can see. I feel like there's still a sense of okay, there's two things going on here. The feminine here, okay, let's just say the lady. The lady here is showing some stocking, and the man is giving her fruits. And there could be a perception by the man of the lady that she is just like that. She dresses provocatively. She just moves provocatively. She has too much appeal, sex appeal, or whatever. Just wherever she goes, she can't help it, and other people are always attracted to her. There's also a bit of impatience happening here. It's that juicy peach syndrome. It's like trying to grab the peach and eat it before it's ripe, before it tastes good. And it's just not worth it. You have to let it sit there and ripen a little bit. So as far as divine timing or timing is concerned, some things don't work if you rush them, or you do them too soon. I am bleeding. This is reminding me of somebody. But I have a little nick. I don't want to like get it all over the place. I think I'm gonna go for one more. Okay, very nice. Oh, two more came out. Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay. So we have, why is my glasses not working? We have the Nine of Wands and the Three of Wands. It's really good. Nine of Wands is caressing, and it's the magic of the three little birds. So this is transcending the doubt. And the doubt, before it creeps in, touch seems to be healing it here, right? Caressing, talking, touching, eye-to-eye contact helps overcome the doubt. And yeah, it can't go on forever. And then it really just blossoms into this feeling of kissing. And then the kisses happen, So the kissing is the magic of the ribbon tied around the leg. And I feel like also the kissing has a nostalgia connected to it. So it's interesting rediscovering feelings that you thought you had lost. For some of you, this is a reunion with somebody. For some of you, this is a new person that you're like, oh, I still got it. Like wondering if you would ever be able to find love again or feel feelings for somebody again. And you do. You have this chemistry. For some of you, I wasn't going to read for people who are already connected. But if you are already connected with somebody, then I just feel like You may go through periods of separation in the year that causes some doubts to creep in, but as soon as you communicate again, the doubts fade away, especially if you travel together on places. And then if you got to continue that physical touch is kind of healing in your situation. And yeah, the kisses are the key. The kisses are seal the deal. All right, so let me see what's coming up next with the romantic fairy. All right, there's some people friend zoned. So I feel like that's that could be something that another remedy to a situation, several situations. But let's say you're connecting with, okay, let's say you're meeting somebody new and they have people in their lives and you're assured that those people are purely friends, they're friend zoned, okay? They don't go beyond friendship. And I feel like that is satisfying. I think you believe that, and I think it's true. Then there's some of you that are connecting with someone and you're liking them, and same thing. It's like there could be other people around them. Don't worry about the other people around them. They don't feel about them the way they feel about you. I think that's for everybody, even the ones who have been together a long time. There is just in that doubt area. In that little area of doubt, there's sometimes fear that there's somebody means something more than what they do. And this is reassuring you or the other person, reassuring energy that there isn't on either side. There also, it is the remedy. So if you really, really like somebody, or you like two people, or two people are interested in you, you have to definitely make a choice and friend zone the other person. Like, that's it. I really like this person, and you and I are just friends. So that could be part of what happens in your love life in 2026. You may end up having choices, and one has to turn into just friends. All right, let's see what the romance angels have to say. Okay. Wow, nice. So you have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this is definitely for the singles. This is somebody new. This is your soulmate. This is that special one. For those of you in situationships or people you just know somebody may be coming back, a rekindling of some sort, it is only with somebody who is a good person, who has good vibes, good energy. This is not a toxic ex or anything like that. This could be somebody that you briefly met, but it didn't turn into anything, and now they're becoming, deeper in your lives. But I definitely feel that, it could be more than briefly. It could be just a nice transformation of your connection with your soulmate that you already know, but for some of you are discovering and learning about a soulmate this year. And so your affirmations have come to pass. You have asked for it. Ask and ye shall receive. Your dreams are coming true. You're manifesting, and you're creating in the tangible your desires. And now let's get a message from Spirit with the Lover's Oracle. All right. Your soulmate. So yeah, soulmate time. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So that's that's what's coming through this year for you. And I'm getting little tingles for that. And I think that definitely for the singles, this whole distance thing could be the fact that they aren't with you in the physical. They're with you, but they are with you. They're just with you in, oh yes, okay. They're with you in the 5D. You can sense them out there. You may have dreamt of them. You can manifest them, but I feel that there's a little bit of skepticism, like, I'm never going to find the person, and, I don't believe in this. Like, I might as well give up. A little bit of skepticism and resentment, or, that kind of cynical love. And there could be some of you out there that are jealous of other people or other couple, or maybe it's not full-blown jealousy, or maybe it's just feeling a little bit annoyed, especially when we're getting close to Valentine's Day, that there's couples and there's, and you're not part of that group, But I feel like if you're working through the doubt phases, if you're writing things down, if you are studying and learning about yourself and learning about your own cycles and things like that, I think you'll be able to get out of that. I honestly don't think, though, if the majority of my viewers are the feminine who are attracted to the masculine, then I think it's something in the masculine that, I don't know if that happens at first, but I feel like, or it's something that they're working on right now before you meet them. That's interesting. But I feel like there could be a few little things that you're healing or learning from, or cycles, or just a few little details left before the two of you will meet and be able to be in the physical, tangible world, for those singles out there. And then I think for couples, you already know your soulmates, and no one can come in between you. Only your doubts, only your minds can come in between you. So you're good, just let go of those and give each other kisses. And then situationships is the tricky one, because sometimes that could be, you may feel like you're only ever going to be in the 5D with this person, that you're never ever going to physically match up or meet up. But this message is saying yes. And it may not be this particular soulmate that you think of in your mind. It could be that brand new one coming through. Or a positive change happens with that soulmate you're thinking of in your mind, and then that they could come through. So that's what I feel here. All right, good. I don't feel like doing charms. I'm going to move on to the next one now. All right, see you at the next pile. And you picked pile number 2. And this is Passion. And by the way, this orange candle represents confidence, communication, energy, willpower, playfulness, and positivity. And candle magic is a really good thing for the year. So with the Sexual Magic Tarot, let's see what we get. We got a select few here. I'm just going to try to get 3. Let's get, before we do, let's talk a little bit about passion. Why not? Passion. This year feels like a year of having this connection, like a physical connection, but more than that, it's like a bond, you know, because there's this ribbon that binds, and there's this feeling that together you're more. It's a mixture of joy and pain at times, though, because the separation, it's like the connection feels so powerful in the physical sense that the separation of the bodies can feel painful in a way. You're also, it's like the feelings are so exalted, the passion when you're together intimately and you're having those climactic moments, and then it's over. There's it's almost a bit of sadness that it's done, it's over, you know. It's interesting. I think some of the most deep, profound, passionate lovemaking has a lot of crying to it. There can be crying, you know. It's because it's so vulnerable and so open, so soul sharing, you know, and it feels kind of exalting too. The red ribbon represents that it's like a ritual thing, kind of thing, similar to candle ritual. It's like the knots represent something, and it's sort of a passage of time, and also a representation of like lighting your passion, like the flame becoming lit. Yes. I don't know why suddenly tonight my throat started tickling. And it's getting kind of sore. Okay. Actually got a little bit more rest today. Okay, nice. Very beautiful. Starting off with the Eight of Cups. Nice. Let's see what else. Well, we can talk about the Eight of Cups a little bit. The Eight of Cups is about a kind of shyness. It's the magic of the bundle of thistle. And it's almost like the saying, you know, give your relationship a chance, or give the person a chance. So for singles out there, I think, you know, the person that you meet may be a little shy, or they might not be they may not make a very bold first move, or it may take a little while to build confidence or to approach you. But I think you're going to see beyond their reserve and see that they see so you'll be able to observe them somehow through some way, you know, maybe work or school or social media or something like that, where you'll be able to know more about them without having to interact with them. That makes you realize that maybe they're shy and are taking a little time to approach you, but there's a whole lot about their character that makes up for their shyness. Not that shyness is a negative, it's just it sometimes it messes with your self-esteem a little bit, because another person's shyness may make you feel like you're not worth of being approached or something like that. It's like they need to get over their shyness. If they really like you, they wouldn't have trouble. You know what I mean? There's so you may be feeling that kind of way, maybe, but I think that you're going to come to a certain understanding. So you have the Four of Cups. Now in this deck, the Four of Cups is not exactly the same. You know what this makes me think of? This is kind of like it's like seeing this. You're going to see a person frequently. All right. So okay, it could be it could be like at a coffee shop, for example, you have a habit. Basically, this is your connection with this person is based on some kind of habit, some kind of ritual thing that you do every day. So you go every day to get this coffee and you see this guy. He could be the barista or it could just be also at the coffee shop. You smile at each other, whatever, but don't talk to each other. And every day you do this, every day, every day, every day. And then finally one day he comes over to you and then you end up talking. So that's just an example, but it could be in lots of areas. It could be like you interact in a very surface level maybe with this person for a long time, although you see them do things without, in groups and in other settings that make you really like them, but your interactions don't seem to be as extensive until finally something changes. So let's see. And it's interesting because the shyness could be based on a very underlying, deep, profound, passionate feeling. Need at least one more. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, this is so perfect because this is like a setting, This is the bread, and the bread to me represents a date. And so definitely one of you is a little bolder than the other of you. And sometimes a person's, outgoing personality makes a shy person even more shy, because they admire the outgoing personality so much. They almost feel like I can't measure up to that, I'm not like that. But the point is, that's the point, you're perfect balance to each other, perfect blend, because one of you is the outgoing one and one of you is more the introvert or whatever. But the Two of Wands is nearness, and it's the magic of sliced bread. So to me, this is a date. This is like going out to eat somewhere. You've got bread and, well, there's another card that's chicken. So this could be any of the meals. It could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner because it's just bread. And it could be Panera. But it could be like a little piece of bread with your coffee at that same coffee shop or whatever. Like that's just an example, but I think it could resonate with some people. I just feel like in general I'm seeing school too. Like I see this boy every day in this class kind of thing. And then after third period, you go to lunch and you see them there too. And then maybe eventually you end up sitting together, something like that. It could be things like that. Just kind of like this slow gradual of getting closer and closer and closer to each other, but through a habit, through something that you do ritually every day. It could be social things too, social media. It could be a group that you follow, and you do that over and over and over again, and eventually somebody shows up at this group, at this place where the group is, or it could be you decide you have a new favorite bar or club that you like to go to, and you go there ritually, and nothing happens, and then finally something happens. Or you see this person every time you go, nothing happens, and then something finally happens. But so yeah, so let's see. I can't remember what order I was going in, but let's see what's next. Ooh, yeah, nice. You got bonding. As you get to know each other, discover many things in common. That's really nice. You also got the friend zoned, and in pile 1 they got friend zoned, and I took it to mean that you may have different offers of different levels. You know, there may be the one that you really, really like, and that's the one that you want to bond with, and that's the one that turns from the shy person to the connection. But there could be others that are interested that you have to keep in a friend zone way. And then I think also for the shy person, maybe to get over their shyness or to feel safe to approach you, they have to know that that other person is not anyone that you're interested in. So again, like friend zoning somebody is a way to assure the person you're really interested in that you're really interested in them. Sort of like that. Okay, and then you have the love language acts of service. This is what I was kind of seeing as this guy here, a girl or guy, but this person that you're interested in, you see them do so many like really nice things all the time for other people, and you just like it just really melts your heart. Like you really like them from what you see, what you observe, and that's part of the reason why you're hoping to meet them or get in touch with them, or like their shyness to you is intriguing in a way because you see the way they are in other forms, with other people or in other situations. Okay. Let's see about the romance angels. That's a big clump. Oh, nice one. Free yourself. So it's time to take back control of your life. This could also be like, hey, if that person's not going to approach you, then you approach them. Or they are going to free themselves from their shyness enough to approach you. Or you're going to free yourself from another connection and friend zone that connection. Like officially say, okay, we don't have anything between us. We're just friends. That's it. And as soon as you do that, then this person feels safe to approach you. Something like that. But it's also just you basically not following other people's rules and like regulations or social norms or whatever. Like you following your internal energy, what you need to do for yourself, what you feel is right for you. And it's not like listening to other people or being caged by certain standards, structure. Like say for instance, this guy is shy and you may have a friend that says, oh, well, he's boring. I don't think he's cool. There's nothing interesting about him. If he liked you, he would talk to you or something like that. Things that somebody says that may put you off, but you observe him, you think he's cool, you think he's attractive or whatever, and you're in your mind you're going to give it a chance. I feel like the card, this was supposed to be give the relationship a chance, but it's not even a relationship yet. It's just a crush. It feels very much crush energy this year. This year is a good crush though. Let's see. Now we've got messages from the Lover's Oracle for you. So let's see what Spirit has to say. What is you have? Okay, here we go. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. So to me, this is just kind of saying, you need to follow your internal compass, your internal intuition, what you feel is good and right for yourself. Don't listen to anybody else. If you feel it, I feel like some of you feel maybe silly, like I keep going here and nothing happens, or I keep doing this ritual of getting my coffee every day and nothing changes. I feel like sometimes you know, we can feel silly doing those kinds of rituals with some kind of expectation. So maybe it's better not to have an expectation, just let go. As soon as you let go of expectations, maybe the miracle happens. But at the same time, I don't think you should feel silly for the ritual. If it makes you, if there's some comfort in it, and if it feels good to you, then the ritual, I think, is necessary for you. If that resonates with you guys, in pile number 2, I feel a beautiful, sweet connection forming here of 2 really, really nice people. They're going to get to know each other, and it could turn passionate even. Oh, and don't let other people's influence make you think a certain way. And then let go of ties that really, really are not your people that you're interested in. Like, make sure you actually zone that, and keep your heart open for somebody you are actually interested in. I like how both of these are kind of, the colors are so cool and washed out. It's all very, on the surface, it feels very cool, It's like this very cool, it feels sort of very Emily Bronte over here, the, like, a romance novel where, physically, emotionally, there's very subdued, very things held in, but I feel like when you're alone together, you're yourselves, He's all smiling and cheerful and open, and you're all playful and sweet and flirty and teasing, and you can be yourselves. Again, it kind of like echoes this. You can be yourselves when you're alone. I don't know why you feel so reserved, like in open spaces, but I feel like you should be free to be any way you want to, in anywhere you want to. But your physical connection is going to be very strong, and what anybody else says about it, just ignore them. Just keep going with the flow. All right. Well, I'm not going to do charms this time. I'm just going to move on to the next pile. So see you there. And here is pile number 3. This could be a whole story with 3 chapters, maybe. We have waiting. Because we left off, it seemed that we left off at a date with bread. In pile 2. So if you feel drawn to dating and bread, go to pile 2. So this sign is Capricorn, and it is again a little bit about passion, but it's not a frenzied passion or overwhelming. It's a savoring the moment. So it's about waiting, and I think it's like, this is a kind of waiting where it's delayed satisfaction. And it's funny how in pile 2 I was feeling like the passion is can make you cry a little bit because it can be so intense and so powerful. And then when you have to pull your bodies apart, that feels bad. You don't like it. And so the waiting is kind of in the reverse. When you have to wait to put your bodies together, it almost feels bad, right? But it's almost good bad. It's good, big, something like that. It's like that expectation. It's the anticipation. The anticipation of you uniting with somebody is a little giddy. It's a little good, but it's also a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, but in general, it's very serene and thrilling too. The magic of this situation is to wait serenely for someone, write on a paper all you wish from them with a red pen, tie that around a bottle of red wine with a ribbon of the same color, and leave it to rest in the dark until the next new moon, and then toast to love. All right, a nice little spell there for you. And so it's funny too, because I'm still feeling pile 2's energy a little bit. It had a lot to do with a shy person, but part of it was waiting for this shy person to to not be shy or to make a move or something. So this could be like a continuation of that story, or it could be something similar but yet a little different. And this could feel, I feel like this is sort of you, like the waiting is you, like waiting to make not a move, but waiting on, could be waiting on somebody to be ready, or it could be waiting for the right moment, because anything sooner would be too soon. And then again, on pile 1, we had a little bit of that juicy peach energy, like divine timing. It's funny how all 3 piles have some kind of connection to each other. So if you are one of those people that just like to lay back and listen to me talking and talking and talking, you ended up with a story with 3 chapters. But let's see what the Tarot of Sexual Magic has to say. I only picked a few cards that I just didn't want all the crazy ones to come out. We'll see which of these come out. If you want any kind of extended sexual magic reading, you can definitely book a private reading with me about your year and everything that goes with it, all the sexy stuff. All right, so we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is a good one. I love this one because it has a lot to do with this waiting energy. And we have, very nice, the Ace of Chalices and the 2 of Swords. Nice. So in this deck, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, it's not quite the same meanings as the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So let's take a look. In this deck, the 5 of Pentacles is completeness. It really is. It's like the wait is over. I feel like instead of this being waiting, this is the wait is over. The wait is over. And this is the magic of the rose and the violin. I love this phrase. It's one of my favorites. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. So it's like, the first pile 1 is trials and tribulations, and it's like at that point, after if you've been there and done that so many times, sometimes you just feel like giving up, right? And then you may attract people that are not right for you, or you may find somebody that doesn't take initiative too quickly, and then you wonder, do I wait for them, or is there the divine timing important here? And I feel like in this case, it doesn't necessarily have to be the shy guy, because it could be just simply you had to wait for the right person after meeting different people. Like the other people that came into your life were there for a reason, but this year could be the right, the really good connection, the really beautiful, blissful, content connection that you've been deserving and needing. And I feel like pile 2 could be more for kind of more of a crush energy. It's more of I didn't feel more like that longevity energy in that one. Pile 1 I did, pile 2 not necessarily, but this one again, starting to feel like the 1 energy. Well, we'll see more. Well, this one is kind of the one, because it's the Ace of Chalices. It is number 1, and it's that feeling of, I found the one, I'm with my one. It's ecstasy, it's ecstasy. And it's the magic of the comb and brush. So another thing I often get from this particular card is like that grooming energy, like being with somebody that only if you like this. This is not for everybody, but only if you like it. If you like somebody who brushes your hair, or if you like somebody who trims your beard, or whatever, you know, whoever you are. But this is the loving magic that it feels successful, it feels satisfied, it feels festive even. It feels like falling in love. So that's good. Falling in love and maybe going a little bit quick in the passion department, but I feel like, you know, let's say you fall in love like next week with somebody, you meet somebody, and it's love at first sight. You get to know each other, you eat bread together, and then, you know, by the end of the year, you're in a passionate way, possibly. This one is the Two of Swords. Is this the chicken? Oh, I think this. Okay. I was making a joke about the bread because the bread, and there's different foods in here. There's like the eggs, and when the eggs come out, I think of it breakfast. And when the eggs come out and I think of breakfast, I think you spent the night with somebody and you had breakfast the next day. And then when the bread comes out, I think a date. It could be any meal. It could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, because bread goes at any meal. But there's also the chicken. So let me see if this is the chicken. Okay, yes, it is. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm so excited about it. But this is inviting, okay? And this is a date, again. So pile 2 had, you know, could have been breakfast, lunch, or dinner. But this chicken usually is lunch or dinner. So this is more serious. And it is inviting you. It's like an invitation. This is not a shy person. This is an invitation saying, hi, would you like to? So maybe that goes in the middle there. And it's the magic of the black chicken. And it's empathy and understanding and promising good things and keeping your promises. Okay. So there's a person that is mutual attraction, and then this person is not somebody who's going to flake on you. They're going to keep their promise, and you're going to have a nice meal with them, and yeah, and then later consummate things. Maybe not on the same night, but I feel like this could be, you know, throughout the whole year too. Phases of your relationship, or how things grow, how things go. But it feels very promising, feels very warm and desirable. And, you know, it's funny because pile 1, I was really feeling a lot of possibilities. I was feeling the singles, and I was feeling the situationships, and I was feeling the couples. And this one, I'm not really feeling that at all. I'm feeling mostly singles, I guess, new people, new energies, or a continuation of what you've already started maybe last year with somebody. So something that continues to grow. All right, let's see what's next. All right, and we have workplace romance, a common cause connection. So it just doesn't have to mean that you are meeting somebody at work and you're gonna be associated with a work person. If you don't think that that's such a bad thing, you know, that may be true. It could be. I often see this as like two people working on a project, or, for example, I like this metaphor for some reason, but like, or this symbol, this example, like if you are both working on a charity, or doing, building houses, you know, houses for humanity or something like that, where you're like hammering things, and then this person's next to you, and you just end up talking, and then you get to know each other because you have a common cause. You have something that in common. But if you're a person who you're working, and it's not like against work rules to socialize with coworkers, then yeah, it could totally be that. And a lot of people meet through their work, you know, or it could also be similar to pile one where you're at you meet at that coffee shop, and you know one of you is a customer, one of you is a worker, or both of you are customers, or both of you are workers, or whatever. But that could be how you get to know this person, or not necessarily, or through your place of employment somehow, some way. It could be, but yeah, that's only a possibility. I just feel like the bigger picture here is that there's something that you have in common that's more than just your personalities that are in common, but your sort of your work ethic, the things that you believe in, the things you care about. So let's see, we're going to use the romance angels too. Well, you got the soulmate card came out too. Came out kind of like half-heartedly though. So like you get an additional one. Okay. And then see, you have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So yeah, this could be like this is how you meet that person. You know, you meet through your friends. You can meet through work, or you can meet through friends, or a little bit of both, you know. And yeah, I'm actually seeing like a scene. For example, if you were some kind of coordinator, party events coordinator, and you see people come and go at this event place, and you work with somebody, a friend who is assistant to you, or you're assistant to them. You work together, and they're like, oh, I'd like you to meet this person, and then you meet while doing some kind of work together. You know what I mean? Like, it's something like that, where you're involved. You could be involved in a project with one person, and that person introduces you to the other person. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Like, there's like kind of this ripple, a friend of a friend of a friend, you know, like I have a friend, or I have a friend of a friend of a friend. Oh, my friend Bobby has a friend Jan, who has a friend Billy, and Billy's single. You want to, you know, maybe you'd like to talk to him, you know, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thread, but I think it turns out that this is somebody that actually brings a lot of sparks. It's this really good vibe. You may feel like you just, I don't know, I'm just feeling a moving fast kind of energy here. And I don't necessarily know if this is long term, but I definitely feel like this has a nice spark to it. We're going to have to get more, a second reading here to see how long these relationships last, but they feel really nice. It feels like people are meeting people, and the energy seems high in all three piles. There's no like, only a little tinge of jealousy, but I thought that jealousy was gonna be overcome. So we're using the Lover's Oracle here to get a message from Spirit. Okay. Not taking that one. No. No, it wasn't a bad one. It was just, it didn't flip right. I just want to feel it. I want to feel the flip, and I want it to feel right. Okay, now that's crazy. Okay, everything's going around everywhere. Let's try this again. Spirit's not mad at me. The energy just got a little chaotic here. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, here is your message. Your message is, wait, oh, it's a message from you, from your person. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So this is kind of higher love energy coming through for you. And it could be that It could be that, yeah, that soulmate that you're manifesting from the 5D is coming down to the tangible. And I tend to think that the soulmate connections are the ones that are going to last a little bit, but yeah, I feel like it's going to last a little bit. Let's see what, I just want a little bit more information. I want this person to talk to you some more since they seem to be reaching out. So I'm going to use the Love Tarot. Oh, my fantasy. You're my fantasies. Oh, I have pictures and videos saved of you, and I use them for inspiration. I want you. What? Oh my goodness. Okay. There's somebody out there? Somebody's inviting you to chicken, and you're their fantasy. You're mysterious. I can never seem to figure you out sometimes. I feel like you're hiding something from me. Never really know where I stand with you. Huh, so is there somebody that I'm thinking of you at this very moment? I wonder if this is the same person that's coming through, the soulmate, or not. Or if this is some other energy. I'm going to have to just do a whole message from your person. You're so smart. Your intellect really turns me on. You're so smart, and I really enjoy conversations. What? This could be somebody that you're already connected with. Have my kids. So for very few of you, I was really feeling a brand new person here for most of you, but for some of you, there's somebody coming through that already knows you. I feel like some of you know this person in like a dream sense, a 5D. You just feel their energy, and then some of you actually know them. And so that could be like a little bit of a clue for a small group out there that is already connected. Because I was really feeling like this is going to be a reading for the singles. But some of you, I know, some of you that are connected still want to know. Even if you see single on there, you want to know about this guy or that guy. I feel ya. I know. See, you've got a lot of love interests, I think. But I feel like you're going to find a really nice person this year that feels more like the one, like very soulmate energy. And it didn't come up here, but in both pile 1 and 2, there's this friend zone card came out, and it made me feel like those two piles had to make sure they were done with one relationship before they could move on to another. I didn't feel that exactly here. That's why I was just kind of thinking that this was a completely new situation. But for some of you, that could also apply too. You might have to be done with this person before you move on to this higher love energy, because this one feels a little bit, especially, I mean, like my fantasy one felt kind of more common vibes, like a regular kind of guy vibe. But it could be that this person has this way of speaking, but they're really high love, who knows. But anyway, I hope you like that, and if you like that, give it a thumbs up, and please feel free to make a comment below, and I'll see you at the next reading. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.